clubs aren't. Anyway, so last year the run club that I'm in won best run club in a competition, or kind of it's more of a publication called Creative Loafing here in Tampa, and they won for best run club. And I remember thinking to myself, and I was like, damn, you know what? In the past, I've always wanted to win best DJ, best host, mostly best host when I used to host events. And they've never had best host. Like Tampa doesn't really care about who's on mic. They kind of just throw anybody with a name on a microphone and it gets really loud in the disco, right? So they don't care about that. So host MC was never a category in there. And I was like, you know what? It would be cool if I really remember what time of year this is so that I can write it down on my goals so that I could put myself in the running for best videographer. I kind of do this thing sometimes, and I had to like catch myself where it's like I I don't compete in these like superlative lists because like I know I'm good, you know, da, da, da. Like I think we all do that where it's just like if it happens, it happens, but we don't want to seek it. So I was challenging myself to be like, you know what? Nah, bro, you're gonna put your name out there to say, vote for me for best of the Bay, and you're going to have people show up for you to vote for you in best of the Bay. Like people people give me my praises, people give me my roses sometimes, you know what I mean? Like not even sometimes. I get roses. I get people giving me my flowers while I can still smell them, and they tell me that I'm good at what I do. And I was like, I feel like sometimes I run from the recognition of I run from the recognition for the possibility that someone like the made up possibility that someone may say that I'm not, or someone may outshine me, right? And I'm like, you know what? I need to stop doing that. Like, there's probably nothing that I do that I would say that I'm not the best at, right? That I think my brain is just wired to believe that I have been doing this long enough. I've been doing this as long I've been doing this because I believe that I'm fucking good at it, right? I believe that I'm great at what I do, right? There was this old head Q dog that I was talking to years ago, and he said something, as all old head Q dogs would say, right? He was just like, sometimes you gotta walk in the room and put your dick on the table and dare them to cut it off. And I was like, that is like Q dog core shit to say, right? Like just old school black man shit to say. And I was like, you know what? Obviously that statement has stuck with me for a long time. So I was like, all right, bet. But I was like, yo, best of the Bay starts in May. And in May, you're gonna start telling people to vote for you because the first opening is just like preliminary votes where everybody just kind of casts who they cast. And then whoever's in the highest number of random submissions ends up on the ballot. So I lined up all of the time and I was like, all right, bro, it starts in May. So you need to start telling people in May, and then you'll find out on sometime. I think it was like July 17th or something like that. Obviously, I went to Greece. I went on vacation. It wasn't top priority, but I was like, yo, number one, do it, right? Don't run from it. Number two, have the expectation set that you will ask people to do it and they will do it. And two, like leave it alone after that. There's only two outcomes that can happen. Either A, people voted for you and you still ain't get enough votes to get on the ballot, or two, people voted for you and you get on the ballot. And then at that point, there's going to be another set of possibilities that you just go with. But you can't say, man, I don't really want to do it because I don't feel like people going to vote for me. Or no, we're not running from it like that. So I just kind of went with it. And so I'm happy to announce that I am on the ballot for Best of the Bay, Best Videographer, right? And so that's cool. And, oh, and the second possibility was like if you end up on the ballot, ballot. That's my Haitian accent coming in. Sorry. If you're on the ballot, you need to get ready to create a video campaign for Best of the Bay. Like it ain't gonna be no like, oh, by the way, the QR code for Best of the Bay is in the top. You're not gonna do the, oh well, they're gonna find, they just gonna have to find my video. No, Alex, boy, you pushing yourself all the way out there, right? You're gonna push, you're gonna put yourself out there. So I found out that I was on the ballot for Best of the Bay. And then I went to Miami and I booked a studio and I shot the promo video for Best of the Bay in Miami by myself, right? I've legit been doing this long enough to be able to do it by myself. And I feel like that's something that I kind of want to really highlight is like, people worry about equipment. People like, oh, when I get this Sony FX30, I'm gonna finally be able to make videos. When I get this, I'm gonna finally be able to do that. When I get this, I'll be able to do that. Like, yes, tools open doors, bro, but like, you already done put the time in. You've already been consistent enough with your time to do something. Like, oh, well, I don't want to apply for a promotion because I only been doing the job for 1 year. 365 days consistently showing success. Damn, that's crazy. You don't think you're qualified for a promotion? Because the person who's gonna apply and get the job has probably been doing the job for less, right? I'm just saying, right? It's been like a whole process of reframing my mind, bro, on everything. And I ain't gonna lie, that shit kind of created like a dog in me to just be like, bro, like, stop playing. Stop, like, people gonna play in your face, but stop playing in your own face. Like, stop playing with your own potential. Stop playing with how badass you are, bro. Like, I didn't go through what I've gone through to just kind of be like, oh, well, whatever the hell. Like, I would, nah, bro, I shot a music video with a Google Pixel 7 Pro. Like, I didn't do that because, like, I did it because you knew what you were doing and you knew what statement you wanted to do. You could give me, this is the statement. You could give me a Civil War camera, I'm gonna make a fire video with it. Like, that is the mindset that I've been on with this video shit. Give me the first camera ever made and I'm gonna figure something out. Like, give me a phone, give me a Sony. Like, I've been on set with people who have Sony FX30s. I'm kind of ranting, my bad. Let me bring it down. But I'm gonna pop my shit. I've been on set with people who got Sony FX30 cinema camera lenses, all of the top-notch stuff that you hear about in the industry. Oh, I got this, I got the Komodo, I got the red, and their video looked like caca. It looked like caca, bro. So yes, I'm gonna pull up with a Sony ZV-E10. We're gonna shoot videos because I know what I'm shooting for and I know what I'm looking for. And also behind me, I have 4 years of doing it with everything under the sun but the camera. And so I know what I'm doing. And for that reason alone, I was like, bro, you gotta do Best of the Bay, bro. You gotta do Best of the Bay, bro. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. And I did not let myself, I didn't let myself back out of it. So here we are. Best of the Bay is now open.